welcome you back to the student section of Marist Sports Podcast for student athletes and by students. No student athletes today to an extent. We are thrilled to be back. Studio B, a great episode with Coach Joe Asagno last time, and we're back. This time, no special guests except ourselves. It's the broadcasters here, the student broadcasters at Marist University. Nate Babcock, Mike Duda, William Rosen, and Luca Di Rienzo. Mike, just some great people at this table. And I'll say it, I say we're all great people.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think everyone around this table is solid enough.
Nate, this is your senior year. You're the sole senior at this table. Let's start with you. How did you get interacted with broadcasting here at Marist?
It started my sophomore year. My first broadcast was actually with you, Will, on some softball. It was fun. We got started a little bit of a Maya McDonald's show. We called a McRib off an RBI, and from there, the rest is kind of history. You just got more involved as the years went on, and this past semester became an on-air talent for Red Fox Report, and it's just been getting as many reps as possible.
Nate, I know we've spoken about it prior. You weren't really involved in the first 2 years of your Marist career. What kind of flipped the switch for you to start getting involved on the broadcast side?
I think it just came down to I wanted it, and I have wanted it my entire life. I needed to start walking the walk. I was scared to talk because I hadn't taken the proper steps. And after I came back from abroad, it was kind of just throw enough darts at the wall, see what sticks, and the rest is history.
Well, everyone's incredibly glad that you made the switch onto the mic. Mike, your second year here, you kind of came in to Marist with the assumption of the sports communication program being strong. You came in with your full force ahead of you. What have you seen so far in your 2 years here?
A lot of change, all for the better. We've introduced a pregame show, which turned into College Game Day on the Red Fox Report side of things, which I think was incredible. This year for WMAR, for the first time, we've not started traveling, but we started going over winter break. We went to a bunch of different places, Poughkeepsie, but also a couple of Connecticut games, some upstate New York trips as well. So a lot of expansion over the 2 years that I've been here, and I'm excited for the next two.
I want to give props to you for assisting on some of those trips. Really great stuff. Great initiative on your part. You've been, obviously, everyone at this table and people behind the scenes, everyone in the broadcast realm on the student and professional side has been just fantastic here at Marist. And Luca, for you, you're kind of an exception at this table. Not to say, I know you were a star basketball player, Nate. You played baseball as well. We'll see how good you were. I was in my heyday of 8th grade point center situation for 2 games on my middle school team. But you were actually on the football team, Luca.
Yes, sir.
You got injured, and then you made kind of the decision to focus your entire efforts on the broadcast side. How did that come about?
Right. So, coming in to Marist, I wasn't originally on the football team. I had to walk on. That's a story in itself. But, once I made it, I was happy with myself, Obviously, the hard work ended up manifesting in itself, right? Then I ended up getting injured, ACL meniscus torn. I needed surgery, and it got to the point where, I wasn't that guy. So I had to decide whether or not I wanted to rehab and kind of just be in the same place I was last year or start focusing on my life after, football. So that's what I did, and now I'm here, and I'm thankful to be here with you guys and start on my sports comm journey.
Yeah, blessing in disguise. We talked about it earlier.
Yeah, absolutely.
It worked for you.
100%.
Let's shift into basketball talk. We're in the midst of the basketball season. Atlantic City, 2 weeks away. I couldn't believe that when I looked at it today. It's only 2 weeks away. Tournament starts real soon. What have you guys seen? Start with the men or the women?
Let's go with the women. Let's start with the women.
Hey. Let's go around the table. What have you guys seen on the women's end so far this season?
Yeah, so I think the women have surprised us this year compared to last year. I think they've made an improvement. You see Justine Henry come in. She's a very talented freshman, making a lot of great plays and have a lot of great games under her belt now. Only more to come for her. And I think even with an injury of Danielle Williamson, a very prominent figure on this team, I think this team still has what it takes to win a few games in the playoffs.
It's a very different team than we saw last year. Without Morgan Lee, who was kind of the anchor point of the team, we knew when she was going to depart Marist that the team was going to look a little bit different. early in the year we thought Carly Fisher would come into that paint presence. You feed it to her, and it would kind of be similar. It hasn't really been that type of game for the Red Foxes this year. They're relying on Justine Henry. They rely on Danny Williamson and Lexi Terrell. They've kind of moved into that perimeter game that they didn't really showcase all of last year, especially with a 6'5" center. And it's been a work in progress for the majority of the season. But what has kind of skewed the Foxes this season on the women's side is their like game management. It hasn't been there for the coaching staff so far. And not to say that it's on the coaching staff or on the players, because it's certainly not. It's just been some miscues, down the stretch of games that have allowed opponents to really come back into the games. And a lot of their games, 12 games now, have come down to single digits with 2 minutes or less to play. It's been that kind of season for the Red Foxes, and they want to try and compete for a potential bye in Atlantic City, but they have to get the right matchup in AC to kind of posterize without Danny Williamson. Mike.
I think the 2 minutes is such a key topic to talk about, because if a total of 2 minutes go different, that's a four-win swing. They are 4 wins better, which is 8 games better total. If a total of 2 minutes between 4 different games goes differently, everything's coming down to that final buzzer beater shot. It's just not hitting for them. They got to close out games better, but you can make that kind of adjustment for Atlantic City.
Yeah, you mentioned Morgan Lee goes to Clemson, and there's a lot of turnover for this roster, but some of the returning players have been a blast to watch, specifically, namely, Lexi Terrell and Jackie Pittick. Pittick just commands the floor so well. And Lexi Terrell, you mentioned all those close games. She is no stranger to the moment. She just hits big shot after big shot throughout her entire tenure in her career. She had a big shot against St. Peter's last year and has just followed suit this season.
So many of the players on the women's side are just blast to watch, and to see them kind of rallying behind Lexi Terrell and Danny Williamson, but Justine Henry in her first year, who's almost automatic on that low post mid-range turnaround shot. Yeah. She has been sensational. She's come into her own. She's fantastic on the glass. She's really made an impact every game. The only thing that has really stopped her are just some of the transition plays, the ball handling, but that's it in her first year. She is maturity,
and it'll come. She's only
talented.
A freshman. That'll subside itself by next year. I'm confident in that.
100%.
Injuries really just derailing. Derailing the team so far this season. And with Danny Williamson, someone else is going to have to step up and be that number 2 option to rule.
I know who it is.
And who is it?
Chloe Escanelius.
Chloe Escanelius, who has just been fantastic from distance in her second year here.
Sharpshooter.
You've read my mind. Pure sharpshooter. She can shoot the lights out.
From the jump, that Albany game where it wasn't the prettiest matchup, but the one highlight we had was Chloe Escanelius.
And you and I were both saying that because we were there for Red Fox Report, and we were saying, why is she not getting more minutes?
Absolutely.
Think about when she stepped in the Niagara game. She came out immediately swinging 3 for 3 from the field. That was an incredible game from her then.
And if you see Escanelius play, that is the type of player you want on your team. She rarely does anything wrong on the basketball court. She's a little more quiet compared to some of the team members in the huddle and whatnot, but she's automatic from straight up, but she also can get off the screen, go left, and spot up really with ease. And her stroke is very different than a lot of the other players. She is just like a sharp shooter. Yeah. It is something that is just very fantastic to watch because you feel confident with the ball in her hand.
And she's staying. She's going to be there next year. Casey Bertonis is going to be there next year, probably taking the likes of Jackie Pittick at the 1. You could start Williamson and Bertonis and have Escanelius come in off the bench, almost like on the men's side, Rajon Blackwell.
Absolutely, and he's been starting a little bit recently, but Chloe Escanelius, it's going to be interesting to see how she opens up her game as her career progresses.
Rajon Blackwell, kind of the opposite to Chloe Escanelius and Justine Henry in his age 25 year. He is a super senior. This is his last year of eligibility. You mentioned him starting a little bit, but he came into this year with expectations to be the 4th option, maybe the 3rd option, but minus some of the recent games where he started and hasn't been the promising figure, he has basically been the 1/2 for this men's team.
100%. He came in the first game, Xavier, and this is before I really knew who this guy was. He came in, I watched the game, and I've never seen such voluminous scoring at this school.
24.
It's incredible to watch. 24 points in his first game.
You called that, William, before that game.
Yep.
You said it. Something along the lines of, he wrote a book, and I'm going to write a book about his success or something along those lines?
I did say that. But prior to his first ever game, when we were in Cincinnati, I said he wrote a book, and I'd like to write a book about his season because he's a barely 5'11" player. Mm-hmm. He could jump like no one else on the team. He's skies high for rebounds.
He was leading rebounds. He was leading rebounder for what?
Majority of the season.
Yeah.
He's up with that little push shot. It's not like a Schofield turnaround push shot, but he goes up and he just gets the ball above the cylinder with ease. In that form figure, in that 5'11" frame, that is exactly what a mid-major team wants to recruit. You're recruiting transfers and you're recruiting first-year players, and you need to find the untapped potential, and that's what Dunn and Batia, everyone has really come together to do.
Yeah, John Dunn said he wishes he could coach a player like Rajon Blackwell every year of his career. And he's as gifted on the ball as any player that I've personally called games for. But his ability off the ball is what makes him so dangerous. His off-ball baseline cutting, his ability to just open up the floor with a simple cut, curling off of a screen the right way, making yourself dangerous off the ball. It's similar to how Curry moves off the ball.
I would put it more on the De'Aaron Fox side.
I like that, yeah.
He's uber athletic. I know I said uber, which shout out to Eugene Barbieri, the director. He likes when I say that. Synonym for very. He is very athletic. He kind of just picks the right route to run. I know it's not football, but in transition, he picks the right route, and he finds the open man. And that man, right now with Elijah Lewis, he's out for the season. It's been Elu, but Justin Menard coming in from Iona, he has kind of become the facilitator for this team, him and Jaden Collins-Roberts.
Yeah, he's been playing the most minutes on this team, just making a difference on the offensive and defensive end. I think he really creates a lot of fast break opportunities for his team, and he can just get it to the right person or score himself. I think it's awesome. And you mentioned Jaden Collins-Roberts as well. It's the same thing.
You see that in the last game, Justin Menard with the behind-the-back feed.
Oh, so nice to go.
They have such a great chemistry, those two. They played AAU ball prior. They know each other. Their families know each other. They have such great chemistry. And I've mentioned this. It actually portrays on the court with the vision, because Sko obviously is not going to be playing on the perimeter. He'll go to the perimeter. They only let him dribble once. Then he'll pick it up and find someone. But what Jason has really improved in my eyes is the way he kind of rolls to the rim with an open body on the outside. He doesn't really rely on getting the size to start. He gets the ball, and then we'll get the size down low. And you live with the SCO man.
Absolutely. I live with both of these guys.
You live with everyone. Yeah, come on. Yeah.
Come on down.
What have you seen from Jason in year number 2 / it's his third year with the program, but second year playing?
I have something different to rave about him every single broadcast. Whether he seals his man perfectly inside, like you're saying off the pick and roll, he opens up his body, he uses his frame. He's as coordinated as anyone I've seen at that size and frame combination. He is capable of getting to his right shoulder, righty hook, left shoulder, lefty hook. Like, it is just so much fun to watch him, even in the high post and like kicking to the opposite corner. He's such a capable big man.
He actually had a true hook shot last game.
The running hook, yes,
against Siena. He had the running true sky hook. Yeah. It was beautiful to see. It's such a old school game, and for those who don't know, Jason Schofield from Poughkeepsie, South Kent, he actually can shoot the 3-pointer. They don't let him. But if he does shoot a 3-pointer, it might not happen when you're here. It might not happen when I'm here. But it might happen your last year.
You think so? His senior year?
Senior year? If you have a shot in today's NCAA landscape, NBA, NCAA, overseas, if you have a shot capable and you're not using it, I think it's just part of the game. Obviously, there's coaching mentalities. I don't know what they're doing. Obviously, I'm not in those conversations. But if you have a shot when you're 6'11", that just opens up the game a little.
They did that with Carly Fisher on the women's side, at least in non-conference play. They were opening up her 3 ball. She hit a couple of them.
And he's confident in his shot. When he was on the show, we asked about a 3-point competition. It was all not real. It was him, Parby, Tariq, who's winning the 3-point contest. Without a hesitation, he said himself. So he's very confident in his ability to shoot.
Because Parby can shoot.
Yes, he is.
Parby can't not just shoot. He is like the shooter now. It's so impressive to see.
At the stretch 4.
He's grown so much this year, too. Yes. It started first game. He kind of gotten to those minutes. Tariq Watson, someone unfortunately who's just not been able to play this year. I'm gutted for him because he was poised lineup wise, position wise, and just wise to get into the game and be a difference maker.
And even though he was hobbled, he came into the game and was an immediate impact. His usage rate was so high. They knew how talented of a player he is down low and in that high post area. He was hitting fadeaway mid-ranges from inside the paint, and it was clear that he was hobbled, but he is just such a talented player.
It feels like it's been so long since he's played. It's true, though, because he started the season. He got injured. He was out for, I believe it was 2 weeks. Then he was cleared to play, and then he got re-injured. He only played, I believe, one game.
He came back for the Mount.
Yeah, and he was just not 100%.
Yeah. That's why he's done.
I know. It's a shame because you lose Lewis, you lose Blackwell at the end of the season because he's not eligible anymore. You're without some of your star players. This is a very good team on paper, and they're still hoping, and they're in position to get the bye. But if they drop out of the bye, which I do not expect them to do,
neither do I
think this team could certainly get hot in Atlantic City.
I think it's important to highlight Jaden Collins-Roberts for Atlantic City. Every time Jaden Collins-Roberts has the ball in his hand, he's hot, he's scoring. Marist is unstoppable. Look at Sacred Heart recently. He had 19, and it was almost a blowout. And you look at his freshman year, first time in Atlantic City, it was his first or second game. He scored 20 to advance in the playoffs. When he is scoring, Marist is hot.
Him and Isaiah Brickner going off in Atlantic City that year because Brickner was hot in Atlantic City the year prior with Patty Gardner, who...
That was the year that they lost to Fairfield in the championship, right?
Iona in the championship.
I thought it was Fairfield.
To
Walter Clayton
and Nelly Jr. Joseph. And
was Rick Pitino the coach?
That was Rick Pitino's final penultimate game with Iona. And, John Dunn scared him away from the MAAC. Patrick Gardner actually just announced today, for the Red Fox fans watching, Patrick Gardner, Jason Myers, some of the acclaimed faces of Marist Athletics. Gardner is going back to play for Egypt for the FIBA basketball qualifiers again.
Very deserving.
Very deserving. You were here for Patrick Gardner. I obviously was watching it and came to some games as a committed student. How great was Patrick, and how would he fit into a roster like today?
We talked about the capability of Jason Schofield, but his capability just all over the floor. He's capable of stretching it from the three-point line. He was great in the pick and pop. They'd run this cool action where it was kind of a lower pick and roll, and they'd get him just outside of the elbow. And he was just automatic from mid-range area. And his hook shot, oh, my gosh. His wingspan is ridiculous. When you're standing next to the guy, you realize how just tall NBA-level talent is. He played for the Nets G League team and numerous other high-level programs. He is just – I keep saying everyone's talented, but there's been a lot of talent that's been through Marist during my time here.
That shot-making ability is something you can't teach. And, I watched him. I remember coming to Marist, I did want to try to get into the athletics. I was obviously more involved with football than I was with basketball. But I saw Patrick Gardner, and you just see some of the shots he takes, and you – as the ball's in the air, you're like, why is he taking that? And then it goes in, and you're like, oh, well, because he can make it. He has the confidence
like
to
a
take
Jokic
those shots.
Type
exactly.
Situation. Obviously, I'm not comparing him, but another comparison that just came into my mind, Schofield, kind of like the early version of a duo of Isaiah Hartenstein and Luke Cornett. I know they're former Knicks, but they both could shoot. They were very high percentage shooters, but then the coaching staffs on the Thunder and then the Knicks just did not allow both players to shoot.
I have some other player comps.
Please.
I think Schofield with Nikola Vucevic. Same frame, same weight, and similar play style. Vucevic does shoot the ball a little bit more, but he's allowed to shoot. And I think for Pat Gardner, Alperen Şengün is the perfect comp.
Absolutely. That's a great comparison.
That's a good comp. I like the second one, Pat Gardner and Şengün.
Yeah.
And there's just been a wave of atmosphere that it has hit the Twitter world with Jason Myers going and having a career historic, superb afternoon in California.
Absolutely.
17 points, most ever by a kicker. Most points ever by a kicker in a season. Most points ever in a season.
And you interviewed him, Will.
I did interview him. Very mild-mannered guy. He's the definition of a Red Fox. Precise, cordial, and does what you need to do. And I think that's what Marist is about. We're not going to knock your socks off, but we're going to knock the football into the goalpost at Tenney Stadium. And that goalpost right now is turned into a lacrosse goal with both lacrosse teams starting action, women's side, men's side. What are the expectations right now for the men's and women's teams?
Well, you said it prior to this, Will, the women's team has been coming up and be like, we're going to be really good. We are going.
What was the final score to the Army game?
They scored 7 points. They scored 7 points on a number 17 ranked team in the country. That's promising.
Look at the bright side of things. Absolutely. But there's just so much talent. Jessie
100%.
Manger, Annie Shine. I could go on for days about the talent in this lineup.
Annie kind of became the number one option last year. Going to continue to be. She's just a force on offense. She comes into the game. She's that, player that just comes off the bench. She's an attacker, and she just attacks the whole, finds the open position, and it's kind of automatic for Shine. She was automatic last year.
I like McKenna Graham. I think she's going to be really good. This is her breakout year. She didn't play too much last year. She got a lot of run towards the end of the season, and she really shined. She was scoring a lot of goals at that attack. I think she's going to be a solid player. I know I said Shine.
I see what you did. That's good. It's easy
to do. Unintentional.
No, you claim it as intentional. That's how you roll it.
Intentional.
And then the third step is you don't even acknowledge it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Luca, on the men's side, it's a bulk or sell-less team.
Mm-hmm.
Bulk or sell's been going crazy. Another Marist in the pros. He was the number one option for a countless amount of years. With losing Josh, where does the team adapt?
Right, so they have several preseason All-MAAC players. That's where they go to.
Mm-hmm.
Those 5. It was 5 players, I believe, and especially Colin Patrick. And if you look at their game versus Mercer, while they did lose, Colin Patrick was the main focus in that game. He only had 1 goal, but he was getting triple teamed by Mercer, feeding it to Sean Mullen. Sean Mullen had a hat trick. It's exciting to see what this team can do even after that loss with Mercer.
And preseason player of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
for the MAAC.
Yeah, he was, and another one, MAAC preseason player of the year, Colin Patrick.
You live with him?
Do not. But another player on that attack line, actually yesterday I interviewed Josh Balkersell for a piece for Center Field in our upcoming lacrosse pregame show, and the first name that he named was Stephen Kane, one of Colin Patrick's running mates on the attack line. He's so good at placing his shots. Another person I want to highlight is this year's number 34, carrying the Eddie Coombs legacy, is Drew Anderson. And that, for many who don't know, Eddie Coombs tragically passed away in 2011 to a car accident. He was a freshman and a superb lacrosse player. His family gives number 34 to a senior every single season. And this year, it happened to be Drew Anderson, and I couldn't say there's anyone more deserving.
I think that is the most special thing that Marist does.
Absolutely.
Year after year,
Yes.
for such a acclaimed program like the men's lacrosse team, to do something that continues to remember a person who is so impactful. I know it sometimes gets lost when this happens. From now, it's already 17 years ago. I think that patch has kind of become something bigger.
Absolutely.
Something that I obviously didn't know Eddie, and not many people, even on the team, knew him. They know his family. They're very involved with the team. But I think that the symbol of Eddie kind of brings every Red Fox together on that team. And when they assign the 34, it's almost a consensus every year. Obviously, Josh had it for 2. And just the people getting that jersey number, it just brings out the team and the chemistry. It does something bigger than itself.
Yeah, Josh was able to give back to the Coombs family a little bit when he decided to wear number 34 at the highest level.
How great is that?
Playing for the PLL, the
California Redwoods.
California Redwoods, almost at Oakland. California Redwoods, very talented team. He went undrafted, had Marist Athletics reach out to a bunch of different GMs, and he was able to get on to the preliminary roster, made the 25-man roster, and the rest is history.
He actually he won Player of the Game his first or second game.
Yes, he is grit personified.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He's also one of the nicest people that has come through the doors.
Absolutely. I mentioned the interview. Best interview I've ever had during my time at Marist. He gave a valuable answer every single question, and frankly, he segued me into all of the information I had.
That's what you want.
Absolutely, he was a great talker.
Well, I could segue you again because I know a better interview because I watched it. I was in San Francisco, but I saw Joe Assanio talk to you.
Yes.
And now the season has started. They've looked super, super sharp away against some really tough teams.
They really have. The fact that you're 6-3 and you've played teams like Central Michigan on your slate, you had to go down to Charleston and Texas, and you're still 6-3. That's impressive. Coach said on this podcast that he's more excited for this team. He thinks this team's going to be better. I actually have to agree with him. I know there's 8 freshmen on the team. It's a very new team, but they look really good right now in non-conference play.
I want to build on that because he said specifically when I asked him about what he recruits good athletes that he can turn into great softball players, and that's what he's doing. Already implementing these pitchers into big scenarios, these big games, and they're already performing. They had a whole fall of practice with him. He's implementing his pro pitching tactics into his young pitchers. I know Kaylee DeChicka's only let up 4 hits in her first outing, so I think I'm also excited for this upcoming season.
I want to hold us right here. Can you talk about what Kaylee's doing? This is called the Broadcasters episode for a reason. What has Kaylee been doing now on the broadcast side?
Oh, yeah, she's helping out for social media, and she's doing a great job. She helped out. She did a
the Red Fox Report.
Red Fox Report,
social media intern.
Yes, and she did a weekend in the life for that South Carolina tournament. You can see that now on the Red Fox Report page and the Marist softball page. She is very good creatively, and it's good to have her a part of the squad.
Yeah, I just want to give her a quick shout-out. Her attention to detail on the social media is spectacular.
It's noticeable.
The captions to her aspect ratios, making sure all the thumbnails are great, and it translates onto the softball field.
Definitely.
Let's talk a minute about social media right now. I'm self-proclaimed just not a huge social media guy. I know, Nate, you are a big-time social media guy. Luca, you're a social media guy, and you don't have Twitter. So,
yes, I do. I now have a
He
Twitter.
has Twitter
I
now.
made one. It's not my personal. It's for MAAC basketball, but I did make one.
how many days
There you
ago?
Like 3.
So I want to just touch upon it because I was actually off of TikTok, not for any particular reason. I just uninstalled it from my phone for I think I had it off my phone for 3 months. I decided to put it back on for when I went to San Francisco, and it turned out that it was a good move to put my stuff out there. But where do you find that social media, and how do you hack it? How do you find it?
Oh, my goodness.
Because I know you don't even like it. We were speaking.
I absolutely despise social media, but if
Wow.
you're not partaking in
You're
it, you are
losing.
falling behind. Absolutely. I think no matter how great of a on-air talent, production, wherever you are, you should have your own personal brand. I think especially like you need 2 sources of income to have a living now. And so I think a great way to do that is having your own personal brand on socials. Like I've loved what you've been doing, Will. You've been posting your interviews and you got the captions below it and talking about hacking it. There's a different thing for every single app. On YouTube, it's more thumbnail and video title. You have to capture the viewer's attention. And then for TikTok, it's more about using the appropriate sounds that are trending and hashtags. And there's a whole nitty-gritty thing behind it. And on Instagram, it's the caption. If you add these little buzzwords and a longer caption, it kind of picks more up on their algorithm. It's funny how these different things work.
You and Luca kind of do very similar style videos that I just can't fathom how you guys do it. I would say I'm jealous just because I don't talk like that. And I find it so interesting and great because that is what I do want to hear on my feed. I don't want to hear a 2.5 minute video of someone talking. I want to get a quick hook, which you're so good at. You do the little this. I pointed this out to him. He starts every video he does. He didn't even know this with this motion. So that's his thing. He's a thing. You say some sort of line. Give me one off your head.
Jason Myers. Was Jason Myers robbed of Super Bowl MVP?
And give me one that you would say.
I did one right before this. Kevin Durant's burner account just got leaked, and it wasn't pretty.
And give me one that you would make.
I have no idea.
Exactly. That's why we stink at this. But you guys are so good. And why? Like, what sparks an idea? You see something on Twitter and you go, I want to record a reaction to it?
Well, actually, that's exactly how it went. It wasn't Twitter, it was Instagram. But I saw Chris Paul retire, and that's my most recent video. So I was like, all right, let me talk about Chris Paul. And actually, I feel like seeing what you guys do on Red Fox Report, I'm not there yet. Hopefully I am one day, but if not, oh
You
well.
were good. You were in the studio today.
Oh,
He
thank you.
was
some
good.
work.
No, he was very, very good. He is very good.
Thank you. I appreciate
You
that.
are.
But from a point of view where I feel like I'm not as strong as you guys, I think social media is a way to both build that
Yep, that's why.
confidence as what you were just saying, but also like in a way, the quick form content can also make up for that. And I think it also just highlights the editing that you can do to just.
That's
help
where
out.
you started, Nate.
Yeah,
You started there.
Yeah, the day before my 21st birthday, this past June, I was like, why am I not just building more reps? I have this at my disposal, and it has made my growth exponentially greater. It just gives you more opportunities to get. You don't have to find a studio, find a microphone. You could do it with the rectangle in your pocket at any given time, and it's been awesome. It's just giving you so much more opportunity.
It's built your mentality. And Luca, probably the same for you, but I know, Nate, we've talked about this before. You're like, okay, so since I've done social media, now I want to interview. I don't care what game it is. I don't care what role I had in it. I want to ask the head coach a question. I want to ask this player a question. You've gotten good at interviewing because of it. You've gotten better on the Red Fox Report, and you're building a brand all the while. And Luca, you probably have the same thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, exactly. I guess I didn't have anything to say there. But
see, if we were doing social media,
I'd have it right there.
You'd also edit that part out.
Exactly.
Would you? Okay.
So that's actually one part that I didn't like about it, because I pride myself on being a perfectionist. It sometimes gets in the way, as we've seen before, but I like to just do it all in one shoot. When you're making a green screen video and you have to switch from picture to picture, it's impossible to do. But if you're sitting in front of a camera and you're able to talk for 15 minutes about any sort of topic and then cut it up from there, that's just more valuable. It's just great practice.
You've seen his videos, right? You've seen both of their videos.
I have seen both their videos.
So I want to do something real quick. With the time we have left, I want both of you to come up with a topic, and I want us to try in one take.
Oh, here we go.
In a format. A quick
great.
hook.
Okay.
Quick hook.
Okay.
Content for 15 seconds, and a conclusion.
Do we get timers?
No, it doesn't have to be exact, but
Okay.
I want to see if we have the juice that Nate and Luca have.
I doubt it.
You come up with a
For me.
topic. It could be related to Marist. It could be not related to Marist.
All right.
Both at the same time? Or?
No, you can talk about it.
I got one for you, Will.
Okay, and then you could do Mike's.
All right.
Jeremy Sohan to the Knicks.
Jeremy
Ooh,
Sohan.
okay.
Okay, I'm gonna do what you do.
Okay.
So this is social media.
That's what I was thinking.
Not
You
doing-
start with a question.
Not doing sideline reporting. So let's see if I got this under my belt. One or two tries. Jeremy Sohan to the Knicks. I'm gonna look right into this camera. I'm gonna move over here. Who's worse at free throw shooting, Jeremy Sohan or Mitchell Robinson? It's Sohan. Let me tell you why.
That was fantastic.
That's a
So
good
the,
hook.
That's the intro. We
Good.
cut it there, and then we do the hook.
Mhm.
Give me 10
Now,
seconds.
wasn't that the hook?
Or yeah, we'll do the content.
That was good.
Lead.
That was a
The
very
lead.
good hook.
Yeah.
Very good hook.
A star college player in Sohan came into the league. He didn't know how to shoot free throws. He learned, though. He now uses one hand. Mitchell Robinson might have to take a thing or two out of Sohan's bag.
I like that.
So I got to start editing. I got to start editing your videos. We'll post it on Will Rosen TV.
Yeah, that's the
And
Instagram. But this, yeah,
That was good.
Yeah,
That was very good.
And if you want the handles, Luca Talk Sports, William Rosen TV. What's yours?
Mac.
Mac. Oh, the Mac one is Mac Mania.
Mac
We'll get into
Mania.
that in a second.
And mine's Nate's Takes, but it's just N and the number 8.
All right, now
Creative.
I'm gonna forego my conclusion so you can get a shot here.
Okay.
Okay.
What's his
You're
topic?
not. That's
You
your
want me to do a
I
conclusion?
would love to see a conclusion.
Okay. Mitchell Robinson's trucks aren't the only thing you're going to be talking about at the end of the season. You'll see his number increase.
All right. Well, there you go.
That was
I think
good.
We need to get you on some.
Maybe I'll do one with you. Maybe I'll do one with you. But let's see if you
All
can
right, Mike. JJ's video inspired me. JJ Garcia, shout out the freshman. World Baseball Classic. I know you're a baseball guy.
I'm a baseball guy.
Who do you have winning the World Baseball
I have the
Classic?
United States of America.
All right. Let's see a short form content video. Here we go.
sec. The United States of America are World Baseball Classic champions.
Perfect.
That's good.
Okay.
I like the energy.
Now,
Yeah.
now the meat of it.
Yeah, give like a quick reason.
The U.S. by far has the most talented roster, especially with injuries and that kind of Puerto Rico situation that it's a little iffy for them.
That was great.
There you
Conclusion?
go. You guys say, yeah, one, and then a conclusion. You're all good.
Give me a hot take. I want Ernie Clement as my MVP.
Ooh, okay.
I like it.
See, you guys
And
still
then
have it.
Now we say at the same time, follow for more videos. And that, right? Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Follow for more videos.
You gotta hit the hoopify. And that's the video.
Mike,
him.
you weren't a social media guy 4 days ago. 3 days ago, you made the change. What did you make?
I made a Instagram account, Twitter account, and a Substack called Mac Mania. It's for a class. It's for Andy's Substack class. But he said you can kind of do this for just class, or you can make it bigger and try and grow and make money off it. And I said, I'm going to take the latter. I know enough about Mac basketball. I want to expand that knowledge.
This is if there's someone at this school that, I mean, we all know the MAAC well, but you are very very knowledgeable in the secondary sports the field sports why not give that information? You have Sam Fetterman out there who is the MAAC, but he's MAAC basketball. He don't know what you know about softball. He would say he does, and there's honestly a 25% chance he's listening knowing Sam, so he's going to now reach out to you and say that he was first on this, but you have the knowledge, and when I saw the thing on my Instagram, I was very happy.
I appreciate the follow.
Yeah.
You were one of the first followers. Thank you.
You could remember that in 25 years.
And with all the social media talk, I just want to highlight that it all goes hand in hand. With the reps you put in whether it's on your phone screen or on a studio camera, it all helps out. Like your sidelining helps your play-by-play. Your play-by helps your sidelining. So the social media videos help the Red Fox Report. The Red Fox Report really helps the social media. So all reps go hand in hand. They all could be tied together.
I've always said, especially the time being here, talk. You could talk about anything. I talk about food. I love comedy. I love watching movies. I love watching television. If you are talking about something without a script, improv is the key for everything.
Absolutely.
Obviously, you could edit on social media, but it's not as authentic as a first take go through.
Absolutely. It's so much easier to do it in one take. I used to be like, not to say as a negative, I used to be like you in the sense of I have to be perfect. Yeah. So I would film podcasts where I take 5 takes. Like an 8-minute video would take 2 hours, but you got to go one take. But learn it on the fly. Improv.
Absolutely. With my videos, I try to take it in one take. But I've learned that piecing it together, especially for short-form content, might be better, although that doesn't help me with the Red Fox Report in terms of quick highlight reads and making sure that you're conscious with everything. But I know that kind of like you, so maybe I'm a little behind, but
don't say that.
It helps the perfectionist in my brain knowing that each thing that pieces together is the right thing, if that makes sense.
And it's also helped majorly for information retention. Like, memory is a skill. And so when you're going from clip to clip, remembering these, like, in-depth stats, who's like Josh Minott is plus 42 on 7 for 11 shooting, that stuff sticks in your brain. And when you open it up to a King of the Fourth Quarter style video, when you're just sitting down on camera, King of the Fourth Quarter, by the way, started on YouTube, open just rebuilding teams on 2K.
He's now on Turner Networks.
And, he has just made a name for himself from starting on YouTube. I really like his style, though. He sits down in front of a camera, talks about 1 trade, 2 trades, a whole deadline, and just does it for 10 minutes and then clips it up afterwards.
And that's really off his mind because memory is a big thing, Luca. Yes. So I want to say...
That took a sec.
I know. But I think social media has just evolved on the broadcasting side. Carlo Jimenez,
love him.
Just fantastic broadcasters that post their content on social media, behind the scenes, in-action footage. It's kind of become authentic to see the younger broadcasters come up, and they're getting signed to talent agencies. They're getting signed to contracts with teams, organizations, and networks. Yes, for their regular reels, but they bring an audience with them to their network, team, etc. Why would you not want to have a secondary audience?
And sometimes that secondary audience turns into your primary audience. Yep. Nico Elite Takes has well over 300,000, 500,000 followers, and he's getting invited onto these talk shows. There's other people who have gotten Ian Eagle on their shows. And
there's other people that have gotten Gary Sussman onto their Nets podcast. Real thing. We'll put a link in the bio.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's just so interesting to see how the actually my capping project is on how social media has affected the sports media consumption landscape, and it is just in every way imaginable being altered.
I think it's also, for me at least, the most important to mention that I started, sports comm late, I feel like junior year, and I wanted to do as much things as possible and get as involved as possible. And with doing everything and starting my social media page, I've realized I have a passion for social media, and there is a place for that in sports comm. I think that's awesome and even just beautiful in a way. You find your passion doing things that you wouldn't even think is real.
It's arguably become the number one thing, and we are just everyone, when we hang out, when we have dinner, when we do a game, we're just grateful to be in the presence of each other. It's truly just fun to be around. We have our same core, which is sports and talking sports, but that just branches off, and you guys are just a pleasure to be with day in, day out, week out. I love hanging out with you guys when we're on camera, but I especially love hanging out when we go to dinner, when we get lunch, when we hang out.
Super Sluggers.
When we play Mario Super Sluggers.
Oh, there was a Super Sluggers game?
Wait,
That's got to happen again.
Hey,
absolutely will.
It's a next year thing, Mike.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm joking. You'll be invited tomorrow.
No, I
Need nunchucks.
I say it to my family at least once a week. It is a blessing to not only work alongside all of you guys, but to just live alongside you guys. You guys are just some of my best friends, and you build chemistry every dinner you go to, every time you get on the Red Fox Report, every time we're on the broadcast. It is just
student activities.
Yeah, we work. Me and Mike work together.
We do.
It is just it's been an absolute blessing to know and live alongside you guys.
Yeah, likewise. I mean, I don't even have to go into depth. You guys said everything I needed to say. I love you all, and it's great to be here with you guys.
Well, we're grateful for everyone who talks with us on our broadcast, Red Fox Report, and everyone behind the scenes who really allows us to do so. So thank you for everyone, always, every day. We're so happy to be with you. The student section, the broadcasters did their thing, social media and Marist athletics. We know everything pretty well. Not as good as this guy, though, when it comes to social media. You'll see a new episode of the student section out next week.